broadcast is sponsored by your local AMF Bowling Centre.
Hello and welcome to the Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic for 1990. We're coming to you from the Browns Plains Tenpin in Brisbane. This is a first round clash between Tony Rodrick of Greenslopes in Brisbane and Sharon McLeish from Cardiff in New South Wales. Little town just near Newcastle. Rodrick to lead off this match. Very experienced campaigner. Come on! He wanted that one. He wanted to start off with a strike. Joining me in the commentary position is Terry Wenban. Terry, he's got 9, didn't quite get that strike to start off with.
No, you know, Tony's great. He'll hit the pocket all day. The only trouble is if he carries the corner pins. If he starts to carry, he'll just be unstoppable. You'll see here a great shot. He's looking at it, wishing for it. Doesn't get it. He's got to go back and pick it up. He's a great sparer, though. Shouldn't, well, hopefully he doesn't miss and put the mocker on him already, but he's a great sparer.
All right, in line. Well called. Doesn't miss too many, does Tony Rodrick from the spare line. It's a wealth of experience. He's up against the young opponent in Sharon McLeish. This is her first appearance under the television lights, her first appearance in a Coke. She's had as a host of junior records and tournaments. And her first delivery, a bit of luck, and that is the perfect way to start a television tournament.
Well, that's a great way to start. You know, Sharon has got great concentration. She played, she won a tournament last year against Dana Miller, averaging 222. You'll see here as she cuts the ball, carries that 6-pin.
There's her mother, Marilyn. She's come all the way from Newcastle to support her daughter. And boy, what a great start. She's only 19 years of age.
Very proud too.
Sharon, can she make it a double? Yes, she can. Boy, oh boy, this is a fantastic start. She can keep this up throughout this match. The first 300 game in the Coca-Cola Classic for 1990 gets $10,000, compliments of Goldpin centres and interline guttering systems.
Yeah, she is, Sharon. She's throwing a great shot, perfect shot, straight in the pocket. I was practicing with her before we started the show, and she's just a great player. You'll see, he gets right through the ball, gets the ball back into the pocket, throws a good shot. She likes it. Let's see if Tony can come back with one.
Right. At the Brooklyn.
That's not a good shot for Tony. He was looking for the break, and as I said, you can't look for him. You just got to go out and play the shot, and hopefully you'll get him.
Have a look at Tony's record. He was runner-up in the Winfield Classic in New Zealand this year, runner-up in the Hunter Valley Open, winner of the flyaway doubles, winner of the Winfield Classic in New Zealand in 89, back-to-back tournaments, the Kingston doubles and the PBA Tour player in 87, 88, 89. Oh, and just spared that one. Oh, I think he realised that went within a whisker of missing.
Yes, Tony knows that was a near miss. He knows how to play the lane. He knows what the ball's got to do. This is a problem that he's going to have. The ball just runs away. He just eased up on a little bit. Obviously disappointed with his first shot, and it showed in the second. You see there, he hit that by the smallest of margins.
Pin cam, very graphic there. Only just nicked the edge of that pin.
Tony needs a strike here.
Yeah, he got it.
But that was a much better shot. You see on the first shot, Tony's a very strong player, very strong person, and he likes to throw the ball hard. To carry the pins, not necessarily strength, and as you'll see with Chris Batson when he plays, he's a finesse player. You see that ball was a lot slower. The ball goes down the lane, rolls that little bit earlier, get that bit more revolutions into the pin, bit more drive, carries the 10. But look at Sharon, the concentration on this young girl is just fantastic.
Oh, look at that. 3 in a row, a turkey for McLeish. Are we headed for an upset here in the first round of the Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic? Let's have a look at this style. Fantastic delivery.
It's a great shot. She's almost a copybook. She's the same as Fred, straight in the pocket. She's changed to release during practice. Look at the concentration.
We'll take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Sharon McLeish leading Tony Rodrick by 11 pins. Back with more in a moment. Wide World of Sports, Sharon McLeish. She is running hot in this tournament at the moment. It's a round 1 match against Tony Rodrick. 3 strikes in a row, aiming for her fourth one. And for a girl of 19 years, she is showing great maturity. She's been bowling for 5 years. And let's not forget, this is her first appearance under the lights. Let's wait for it. Oh, yes. Boy, oh, boy. This is a magnificent start to her bowling career in television.
Well, Chris, as I said, I practiced with her earlier on. I'm really impressed with the girl. She beat Dana last year, averaging 220, and did it well. You'll see there, she gets right through the ball. She's not afraid to trust it. She likes it. She's aggressive. Look at that. That's a great style for a woman, for a female, either right or left-handed, and she's just a great player. Before the match, I thought, as I said, Tony's got to carry the corner pins. And, well, he's got to strike up. He needs to double here. He's got to keep the speed down. Let's see what happens. Sit!
Oh, dear. He's in trouble.
He's in big trouble because he's tried to... he slowed that ball up, but he also likes to hit the ball. He likes to give the ball as much as he can. You'll see here he slows the ball up, but catches it too much. The ball hooks. He waits for it to sit. Won't sit because he's lifted it harder. Just goes straight through the nose. Just got to take 2.
Oh, valiant effort to try and get that one.
Yes, it is, but, well, in 25, 26 years of my bowling, I've never picked it up. It's, most people pick it up when they're not looking at it.
His pin cam, very graphic shot.
You'll see there that it's probably missed by further than it looks. But it's a good shot. He's thrown it out. Actually, when he lost the Winfield, Ian Bradford picked up the 6-7 to beat him to win the match, so maybe that's what he was thinking about. Well, let's see if he's got to get this one in. He's got to get it down the lane, then bring it back.
Yeah, that's it. That's better. This could be the start of the comeback for Tony Rodrick.
Yes, Chris, he went more forward. He went more forward roll on the ball to get the ball to go longer. This is Tony's shot. He needs to hit light on the head pin, get a lot of pin action. That's his game. He can destroy pins. He's just a powerful player. You'll see there, it's right through the ball. Powerful shot. Comes back, great pin action. Let's see if Sharon can get one more to make it 5.
14th seed. Oh, and the Brooklyn almost. But the run comes to an end. That's still 4 strikes in a row. That's a great effort.
Yes, it's put her a long way in front of Tony. You'll see here, she drops it a little bit short, puts it a bit inside a target, gets through the ball, a bit lazy, hopes for the break. You're not going to get it. See here on pin cam, the ball will run across the front of the head pin. Nothing comes near the 5. That's just stone cold. But you just got to go back and spare. It's important.
Hold.
Oh, that is an in that she may rue, in fact.
Yes, Chris, well, Tony went for the same pin and he almost missed it, but he did use a plastic ball. Sharon's used the same ball. She's done the same mistake, pulled the ball to the right.
It kept going.
Just kept going. Well, it's going to take off. It's urethane. If Tony had used a urethane, it would have been the same result. But maybe a bit of inexperience. Just needs to learn sparing lines a little bit better.
Pressure here. She has a game high of 289 in tournaments. She's looking to get back on track.
Well, that was a good shot. It's called a fast 8. Goes high on the head pin. All the pins jump over the 6-10. The ball runs up for an 8 count. She's looking good, though. She got the ball back in the pocket. And that's important. As the game with Fred Alsop and Chris Batson. When Fred stopped, he stopped. And she's back in the pocket again. That's not too bad. She's got to spare it up. She's got to make spares.
Does so with ease. Seemingly not cracking under the pressure at the moment.
Well, you've got Tony now. He's got to strike up. Needs to double. Tony has to do something now. I think if he doesn't strike here, he's going to be doing it very, very tough. So he needs this one. He knows it. He's got to get the ball down the lane, concentrating hard, thinking about his shot before he starts. It'll take a lot of time over this one.
Oh, yes. The time and effort paid in that one. He's been in 4 previous Cokes, and the experience starting to tell on that one.
I think so. You know, Sharon's just got up there and missed that single pin, which is a real bad error. Tony threw a great shot here. Look at that, perfect straight in the pit. He knew it was good, and he got through the ball properly, just how he wanted to do it. Great, rides it out. So on pin cam, ball just drives straight through the pins.
Take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Tony Rodrick trailing at the moment by 30 pins, but he is starting to get on a roll. Back with the action shortly.
Tip for today is aimed at the people who have never really been bowling before.
The basic thing to remember is where you direct your thumb will direct where the ball goes. If the thumb is pointed straight to the ceiling, then the ball will go straight down the lane. If you turn your thumb from left to right, that will direct the direction of the ball. The other thing to remember with most sports is the follow-through. As long as it's shoulder height, that will also assist the ball in its direction down the lane.
The 1990 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic continues at Browns Plains Tenpin. A first-round match between Tony Rodrick. He's from Greenslopes in Brisbane. And his opponent, Sharon McLeish, from Newcastle in New South Wales. Sharon started with 4 strikes in a row, left a frame open and then spared. Rodrick also left a frame open but closed the rest, and he's on a double looking for 3 in a row. Let's wait for it.
Come on!
Yeah, the 34-year-old contract cleaner starting to get on a roll, and that is dangerous.
Yes, it is. Once he gets on a roll and gets it going, he's just, as I said, unstoppable. Sharon's thrown 4 strikes in a row. She's left the door open. You'll see here, Tony throws a good shot, gets more forward, gets the ball down, puts it down, good speed. That's the right shot.
Very animated. Now he waits for his opponent, Sharon McLeish, 19-year-old. What's the reply? Oh, dear.
Well, I think now the nerves are starting to show. She knows she made a mistake opening the frame. She's giving up on herself a little bit too early. She's a good player. She should have just gone back out there and got back into it. She's not trusting the ball, getting it out. That's 3 out of the last 4 shots have gone high. And she's left a 4-6, which should just take 2.
1, perhaps.
Well, you know, in that situation, you always should just take 2 and go over to the next frame. When you do something like that, you've known you've thrown more pins away. Even if it's only 1. You see here, throws the ball down, ball just runs away. Maybe she should be using another ball for a spares, I think. Ball's hooking an awful lot across the line.
Got to take a time here. This is where experience counts. Take a deep breath. Get that action back on track. Right, it's gone. Ominous signs here for Sharon McLeish.
Yes, Chris, you know, once people stop striking, they seem to not get it back again. See here, she's just tentative with the shot now, not as good as before, not as pumped up, the ball coming up high. That's all gone high. The last 4 or 5 shots, she's got to make the spare. If she doesn't make the spare, Tony's just going to kill her.
Makes it safely. So she hangs in here.
Yes, Chris, well, she's got to come up. She's got to finish with the 9th and 10th. Tony's got 2 shots here. If Tony doesn't strike here, you can leave a bit of an opening, but Tony knows that if he strikes here, he can just shut her out, because right now he's in the lead. Sharon there concentrating, knowing she's made a couple of bad mistakes, but she's just got to get on track. And Tony needs this one. Tony gets this one, he can virtually seal up the match for himself.
The number 4 seed, the game high at 232 in qualifying. Yeah, there he is. He's got a roll. He's mean and nasty. He's hungry. Runner-up a couple of years ago. He wants to go 1 better this year.
Yes, Chris, that was just such a great shot. You see there, he got right through the ball, well down the lane. He wants it to sit, hold up, 10 in the pit. Great shot. Going to be very, very hard to beat him under pressure. Great player. Gets the ball well out on the lane. Great shot. See that aggression on his face there. He wants another one. He knows he's got to shoot high scores. Plus, he's also thinking about the averages for the seedings. The more higher he shoots, the higher he can get up in the seedings.
On track for 247 here if he can strike out.
Hurry.
No, he knew he was in trouble there. Still lucky to get 9.
Well, that's again what I was talking about with the break. He could so easily have left a 3-7 there, and then that would have let Sharon right back in the door. Or if he left a 3-10, it wouldn't have been. You'll see here, the ball comes up late, goes behind the head pin. See the pin, 6 pins just touched, just falls over. He gets 9. He got a break out of that one. Comes up late. They all fall over. So he'll take 9 from that all day. He'll pick this up.
Very good spare converter is Tony Rodrick. Doesn't miss too many. He now has a commanding lead over Sharon McLeish, who really does need to strike here to have any hope. Oh, that's a good effort under pressure from the 19-year-old.
It's a great shot. Now, if Sharon can get up, she's got to bowl the 9th and 10th. If she can get up and bowl, knock him over, She can put the wood on Tony. You'll see here, it's just a great shot. She's back in track again, pushing the ball a bit further down the lane, straight in the pocket.
There it is, the 19-year-old from Cardiff in Newcastle. Not bowing under the pressure against a formidable opponent. We'll take a break here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. There's only 16 pins in this one, coming right down to the wire next.
You won't belong to me, I let you.
Swatters. Welcome back to the Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic for 1990. Sharon McLeish trailing Tony Rodrick by 16 pins. We're into the 10th and final frame. Really needs to punch out here, Terry.
She has to. She must strike on this ball. Otherwise, it's all over, because even if Tony misses, she'll shoot 200 plus, and she'll just shoot 200 each. So she has to strike on this ball. Ooh. No, she threw it high again, and that's the match, unfortunately. Unless, you know, even if Tony misses, he'll still shoot 2-0. You'll see here, doesn't get the ball out again. She needs to get the ball longer down the lane. Just takes a spare. She should just go back, spare it.
No. Oh, yes. Almost.
We've got good back ends here this week. It's pretty hard, I think, to miss the 6 pin to the left, or the 4 pin to the left, or the 6 either side. See there, the ball jumps back in the end, picks it up. Right way to pick it up.
Terry took a long time to come back, that one. But they're in the back. She gets one more delivery in the 1990 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. Very wide.
Well, I think there that was just a case of overcorrection. You know, she wanted to try something. She knows she wasn't going to win the game, so she just went out there and tried a new shot. It's all good for experience, and she's just going to be a great player. She's such a great young player. Her mother could be very, very proud of her, certainly, you know, to go out and have to play Tony, especially in Queensland. It's really, really hard.
Good effort there from Sharon McLeish. There's her mother. She'll be happy, Marilyn, with that performance. All goes well for her in the future. Now Rodrick to clean up, finish off this match. Yeah! Yes. Just. He comes over to check it. It's down, it's in the pit. It's 10.
Well, Tony now can become a lot more animated. He likes doing this. This is Tony's shot. He throws the ball out. Hand goes out to the left. He didn't throw it as he wanted it. Just winged it. Gets the break. Just thank you. See here, the ball goes along that 4 pin, just knocking the 7 pin over. He goes for a run, but he wants to double. He's thinking of the seedings.
I'm not trying to suggest he plays for the cameras. There's a double.
Definitely does. Tony loves to get animated, and he loves to enjoy the game.
He loves to win.
Oh, yeah, very much so, but I don't know anyone like that. Doesn't like to win. I think we all like to get up there. Great shot. You know, he finishes off with 3 strikes, going to give him 220. Moves him up in the seedings, and he knows that. That's what he's after. He's after those extra pins, looking for his next match.
Yeah, all important when we come out and sort out the seedings for the second round. Tony Rodrick now to finish off.
Set.
Not the perfect finish. Can take 8 pins for that, but it's still a victory over Sharon McLeish by 224 to 195. Sharon McLeish bows out in the 1990 Goldpin Coca-Cola Classic. Tony Rodrick through to the second round.